behind you, pal.
Today is the day where we get some actual concrete news of real content coming to Star Wars Battlefront 2, with the announcement of the Han Solo Season 2 DLC and what it will feature, such as a new game mode, skins, a map, and well, news about news, which we'll talk about a little bit later on, as there's a lot to cover, so let's dive straight in without any further delay. Starting out, the season is described as one where we'll be completing challenges and seasonal quests, such as those inspired by Han Solo's closest friendships and against some of his greatest rivals, which, I don't know about you, but that kinda sounds like a hint for HUT contracts making a return. Also, the season will be spread across 2 months, with the first part of the season being released in May and part 2 coming later on in June. Alright, so the first piece of big news is of course the new mode we're getting that's called Hero Showdown. A modified version of Heroes vs Villains that is 2v2, and when you die, you don't automatically respawn back, but rather you have to put all your hope in your teammate and wait until the round is over. Oh, and there's a catch if you do end up winning, as you won't be able to use the heroes you previously had already used. While on the flip side, if you lost, then don't worry about it, because there's no restrictions and you get to pick any hero you want nonetheless. Of course, this is all done for balancing purposes, and be a good way to get people to play with more different heroes. Also, this is a best out of 5 mode, so the first to win 3 rounds will be the team to claim victory. It goes without saying that this mode sounds like it's going to be a great alternative for people who get bored of Heroes vs Villains, and had been asking for more hero modes in general. Not to mention that this feels like it'll have more of a competitive element to it as well. It's basically inspired by Overwatch's elimination mode, with the main exception that this is 2v2 rather than Overwatch's 3v3. Now for the general multiplayer, we're getting a brand new map to play on as well with the update, Jabba's Palace. It's, kinda new. Okay, fine, so given the fact that the promo image used for the map is the same exact one from Battlefront 2015, I think it's safe to say that this isn't really a new map, but it's more of a what was old is now new situation here. Players will be able to access Jabba's Palace in both Heroes vs Villains, Blast, and Arcade. And speaking about Arcade, but offline Starfighter Assault will now officially be a thing. No, really, it's actually happening, despite the base mechanics for this being a reality were already implemented in the game since November. However, I'm sure they needed time to tweak things out in order to make sure it all ran nice and smooth. Not much else to say other than this being really good news for offline players. The other big part of the update is all the appearances that we'll be getting. All 2 of them. They're based on the Jabba Palace theme set and are as follows: In Disguise Skiffguard Lando and In Disguise Leia, aka Bosch the Bounty Hunter disguise as previously reported on. Lando's skin will be an epic, while Leia's Bosch skin will be a legendary due to having used sound files featuring the scrambled voice. Also keep in mind that this is only part 1, as when part 2 of Season 2 hits in June, we're told that we'll be getting more legendary skins available there. About 4 to be exact, in addition to 1 epic thrown in there for good measure. And if the previous leaks are anything to go off of, it's a strong chance that we'll be looking at young Han, Lando, Boba Fett, and Chewbacca. Right, a game mode, maps, and skins aren't the only things being implemented into the first parter of Season 2, but there'll also be some minor quality of life changes as well, such as menu changes and how game modes will be selected, the main menu ditching the whole holographic effect look, the ability now to spend your skill points in between rounds, and of course new available milestones to grind. All of this is coming out next week on Wednesday, May 16, so we fortunately won't have to wait long to play it. And remember, this is only part 1 of Season 2, with the rest of it coming out next month, which will feature an actual new map, as I suspect will most likely be Kessel according to the leaks. But as of right now, we don't have any official information on what part 2 specifically will have, which is pretty peculiar, I'll give you that. Only other than being told that it's coming soon. Now onto the real talk, and I know what you're all thinking, and I'll be frank with you. This first parter is, well, disappointing. There's no way to tiptoe around that fact. And in my opinion, it's also very weird that we're getting this kind of Jabba's Palace related content for Season 2 in the first place. Which, you know, is supposed to be focused around Han Solo, and yet none of this is. If anything, this feels like a mini Return of the Jedi or Outer Rim season, and just the timing of everything makes it feel like an odd addition. But with that said, I'm not angry, as I understand the realities currently happening at DICE right now and their small team working on this game. Now, if they had a big team working on content for this game still, then yeah, I'd be with you all the way there, complaining what a joke this update is, yada yada. But for a small team, it's perfectly understandable. I mean, this is really just filler until Disney allows them to release the actual content about the Solo movie next month. Once the movie is already out, of course. But to be fair, the Lando disguise will feature in the Solo movie, so I guess it can be counted as Solo movie content in that respect, I guess? And I also gotta say, so far I'm pretty impressed by how most of the leaks so far have actually come true, such as the new skins, map, release date, and so on. Yeah, of course not every single leak out there will be legit, but it still nonetheless gives us a good idea, or an idea of what to expect for the future. Which I like, as this is the best thing we have right now considering, you know, the whole lack of a roadmap that we've been getting teased about for months now. But that'll do it for this Battlefront update. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please like it, share, and subscribe to the channel to not only support it, but keep up with Star Wars news, gaming, and canon lore released every week. And consider following me on Twitter and Facebook to never miss out on the latest Star Wars related content. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.